Let's light our chalice. And we can say our chalice lighting words. We light this chalice, symbol of Unitarian Universalism, with open minds, loving hearts, hands ready to serve, and we take care of the earth and all that's in it and on it. And give yourself a little hug if you want. Then we will have some joys and concerns. If you would like to pause the video here and share your joys and concerns with your family, please do. And when you are done, come on back and we'll see what's in the Wonder Box. Welcome back, everyone. Let's see what is in the Wonder Box today. Well, maybe you can tell by the sound. I'm going to move this. It's some Legos. Why do you suppose we would have Legos in our Wonder Box? Why do you suppose we would have Legos in the Wonder Box when we're talking about the door to imagination? Well, maybe it's because we can use our imaginations to build things, right? Maybe the tallest thing you can build, maybe something that does something interesting or challenging that you wish you could do. There's a lot of things you could build with Legos. And if you've ever been to a Lego museum, you can see how imaginative and creative some people can be, right? What about books or movies? Hey, have you thought of some movies or books that have something to do with a door to imagination? I'm sure you can think of some. A few that come to my mind are the Chronicles of Narnia. You know, The Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe and those books. Lucy and her siblings had to go through a door in a wardrobe to a world full of imagination. How about Alice in Wonderland? She certainly went through a door of imagination. And Monsters, Inc., right? Or A Wrinkle in Time. Those are all books or movies that have a door to imagination. What about on TV? Like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I'm sure you're familiar with that show. He always came in through a door to a world full of imagination and creativity, didn't he? So welcome to the door of imagination. Let's have a brief time for a meditation. And if you need to stretch and get your wiggles out before doing a meditation, please do so. And if you want to do this little thing that we do in RE, we wiggle our fingers, we wiggle our toes, we wiggle our shoulders, we wiggle our nose. And now that I got my wiggles out and there's none left of me, I can be as still as can be. So get into a comfortable position, whether you're sitting or lying down. And if you have a chime or bell and you'd like to ring it, feel free to do so. And listen until you can't hear it anymore. Then close your eyes and take a deep breath. And breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, imagine that you are walking up to the doorway to your imagination. What does it look like? Is it painted? or plain wood? Is it made of something different than any other door you've seen? Is there a window in the door or a peephole? Is it very heavy or a door with screens and windows and light coming through? Spend a moment imagining that doorway. Now you are ready to cross the doorway to your imagination. Is the door already open, or do you have to open it yourself? Does it make a sound when it opens? Is there a big step you have to take? Spend a moment imagining crossing your doorway to your imagination. Now, you are on the path into the center of your imagination. Walk that path and notice the things around you. Are there colors, sounds, smells? What color is the path? What is it made out of? What does it sound like as you walk on it? Spend a few moments walking this path. Now you reach the center of your imagination. What or who is there? What does it look like? Imagine that it gives you a special message and whispers it in your ear. Listen closely. What does it say? Spend a moment listening and reflecting on that message. Now say goodbye to the center of your imagination. You will always remember it. Walk back on the path. Find the doorway to the imagination and cross it. Back into this place and with the people near you. Take a deep breath and breathe out. And open your eyes when you are ready. So what did you think of that imagination meditation? If you'd like to pause the video here and share your thoughts and feelings with your family, feel free to do so. Next, we have a story, and this story is called What If? By Samantha Berger and illustrated by Mike Corrado. After the video, come and listen to some wonder questions that you can talk and share with your family about.
Today's story is titled What If, written by Samantha Berger, illustrated by Mike Corrado. I hope that you enjoy this beautiful story. With a pencil and paper, I write and draw art to create many stories that come from my heart. But what if that pencil one day disappeared? I'd fold up the paper till stories appeared. And what if that paper was no longer there? I'd chisel the table and then carve the chair. And what if there wasn't a chair here at all? I'd chip and I'd peel at the paint on the wall. And what if there wasn't a wall anymore? I might build a story from boards in the floor. Without any floor, I could still use the land and sketch out a tale in the dirt with my hand. I could still shape the leaves. I could still sculpt the snow. I could still plant the flowers and make kingdoms grow. Without any land, I would still use the light, invent shadow stories the sun would ignite. If there was no light, I would still use my voice to sing out my stories, to chant and rejoice. I'd still have my body to twist and to bend, to dance out my stories, beginning to end. If I had nothing, but still had my mind, there'd always be stories to speak and to find. If I know nothing but one bit of fate, as long as I live, I will always create. As long as I live, I will always create.
So what did you think of this story? I wonder what you have created with your imagination. And I wonder why so many adults don't use their imagination much. Feel free to share with your family your thoughts on those wonder questions. And now for some ideas on activities that you can do together. Some you can probably do by yourself, of course, but it's probably more fun to do these things together. So here are some ideas for imagination. First, art. Art is definitely a place where you can use your imagination. Why not create little areas or tables set up around your house or outside even, with little stations for imagination? One could be a clay or a Playmobil, Play-Doh, that kind of table, where you can build and make something creative. Another could be a junk sculpture table, where you just take recyclable materials and create something out of it. Duct tape might help too. Another idea is to find unused supplies in your closets. Just things that random that you haven't used in a long time, and see what you can create out of those. Another idea could be a table with just paper, scissors, and nothing else. What could you create out of paper and a pair of scissors? Whether it's just folding like origami, or cutting it up and making interesting snowflakes or other kind of designs. And another idea, a collage table, taking old magazines, newspapers, scraps of fabric, pieces of yarn, whatever, and creating a collage of sorts. How about drama? I'm sure a lot of you like drama, creating plays and things like that. So why not go through your closets or your parents' closets and find some old clothes and shoes or Halloween costumes and make up a play or a skit using those things, right? And food. Who doesn't like food, right? Why not look in your refrigerator or cupboards and kind of see what's in there and what you could create a new recipe from. It doesn't have to be something you bake or use a stove for either. You can use something like raw vegetables and fruits and create some kind of interesting thing with cream cheese and crackers. I don't know, use your imagination, of course. That's the whole point of it. Maybe you could have a family cook-off where you each make something different and unique and then taste each other's creations and have a little voting competition kind of thing. Like whose idea was the tastiest, whose idea was the most creative. And last but not least, not last. How about sunshine and connecting with nature? This is a great time of year to be outside and connecting with nature, right? So why not find a bush or a tree outside your front door or in the parkway that has some low branches, and take some grasses or twigs or longer sticks even and kind of create a web out of it, just among a few branches. And then you could weave some things through those branches, kind of make not really a collage, but sort of a woven tapestry of nature. How's that? Another idea you could do is take some objects that you find in your yard, like different grasses or flowers and whatnot, and create a collage or sculpture out of those. You know, walk around the neighborhood and look for things that you could build with or create a collage. And the last idea I have for you is service to others. So I just mentioned drama and creating a play or a skit. So why not do that? and then show it to somebody who's maybe homebound in your neighborhood. You can stand outside their front window with just a couple props and act out your little skit or play. And they would probably like laugh and have fun with you and enjoy it. Just seeing another face through their window can really brighten up someone's day. And if you wanted to do it with a friend, you could do it in a social distance way and be safe and yet have fun, right? So those are my ideas, but I'm sure if you use your imagination, you could come up with some others. So feel free to be creative. And if you have a great idea that you tried and you'd like to share it, send me a picture and we can post it on the UCE Children and Youth Facebook page if you'd like. So we will next extinguish our chalice. And if you want to have a closing circle, just stand around your chalice. And you can cup your hands together and blow it out. And the closing words for today. May we continue to use our imaginations to help make a world made whole. Blessed be, amen, and have a wonderful week.